Good morning, everybody. This is Friday, 8/7/09, and my name is Dan. I go by the name Hunt in our trading room. Our trading room is called Integrity Traders, and just recently I started looking at the TF again since the move from the ER2. Most people in our group trade the ES, but some are trading the TF or the 6E and the YM. So after this Friday, it seemed to be like the best trading day of the week, and I thought I'd just show some of the setups that we had. Now I'm moderating the room, so my attention is split between a lot of different things, and I miss a lot of trades, but I do mark them even if I don't take them, so that we can look and see what the setup actually was. So if you look here, you'll see little triangles. This is where I've marked by hand where the entry on these trades are. So we're looking at a few things. We're looking at this indicator called the trigger. We're looking at this S line. This is called the S line. It changes color when it changes direction. And we look a lot at the big lots panel down here that has the big lots indicator has two lines. One is a line that has dots on it of varying sizes and colors. That is a big trader type line. And it has an all trader line, which is red below the zero, green above the zero. And then I've overlaid another indicator I made called little lots, which is set at this point to track 1 and 2 lot traders. And when it turns, it plots a little dot, black dot for a downturn and white dot for an upturn. Now, the big lots indicator, the big trader line, is set to a lot size of 5 for the TF. So that's when we start seeing dots when there's a lot of activity above 5 lots in a direction is a general direction that 5 lot traders are going. So for an example, using that, we see the little trader line has moved up, is turning up. It usually turns up before the all trader line by a bar or two. The big trader line is moving up, and it's got a small blue dot. So we like to see blue when we want to go long. I also have an indicator here that colors candles depending on whether they're overbought or oversold in their condition, and we'd like to see blue candles on a long. So we look at our first blue candle. It hasn't moved too far from this prior pivot low, so we scan down and we see the S line is flattening out, ready to turn down, which indeed it does the next candle. And we look down at the big lots indicator and we see everything's ready to go here. So we enter long 969.10. There's no heat whatsoever, and it takes right off. So there are other indicators on there. So we have this big blue dot, which is another type of trade setup called a split, and it occurs on this trigger. That is when the S line is on one side of the zero line, and the trigger line, or the T line, the black line, is on the other side of the line, and they're moving away from each other. When they first start to move away from each other, they're splitting apart. That is a split, and you'll see the dot occurs on the first pair when they start moving apart. Many people just trade the splits. There's another trade called a smash. You'll see here at 11:44, the S line and the trigger line are on the same side of the zero line. The S line moves up through the histogram. That smashes that black line, and that's called a smash. And you can see I have a black dot above price here. This is a smash signal. Okay, so we've identified a long, nice long, and I figure on a TF, a 5-tick trade is a good trade. You know, it's a good scalp. You can get a first target out of that. So we move it on up. We look at this first red bar coming down. We think, oh, great, this is a good time to go short. We look down here, the S line is looking good. It's flat, turning up. And we move down here, all three of these lines are moving down, but what do we see? We see a blue dot. Not my favorite for a short. So I'm thinking this is just a little pullback from this this leg up, and we're going to get another move up. So we did. We get our first blue candle, which happens to be a split signal, as you can see here. It's already occurred. We look down. The all trader line is already turned up. As you can see, these dashes on the zero line, when they're green, the all trader line, which is red at this point, it has turned up. The little line is moved up. You can see the yellow or the white little dot, meaning it's turned up a couple bars ago, and the big trader line is moved up, and we got blue, which is good. So we take the trade there at 571.50, and it goes 7 ticks. So there's a nice scalp move. All right, we have a nice short move here, short signal. Another thing I'm looking at now is this chop meter, which is these dots, green or red dots. I'm starting to use this as a trend line too, because the way I have it coded, it acts like a trend line. So if I want to go short, I want to see, at least on a TF, this works well. I want to see this bar close below this line, this trend line, and it does here. I want to see it close above on a long, and it does. Okay, we have several good signals here. They all work well. All right, here's one I actually was able to take a trade. If you got in this one and didn't get your profit target and held it, you still made a nice target, a nice profit here. If you missed that, which I did, and this candle, well, actually in this candle where it's marked, we have a green S line moving down. That's good for a long. And we look at the little dots line. It's moving up. It actually didn't move up till the next candle, so I was watching that. The big trader turned up and has a blue dot, and the all trader line is already turning up. That's a little slower than the little dots line. So that is just moving right on up. So we close this bar. I look, and the little dots line is a little bit higher. So I grab this trade. And what do we get? 571.80 to 572.40. I only took 6 ticks because what happened was, let's see, 571.80. It didn't fill me there. It didn't fill me there and pull back and hit my stop. So that was a kind of an abbreviated trade. Now right away we get a signal to go down. We close just a little bit below this chop meter. The S line is turning to move up. All the lines down here on the big lots panel are moving down. We got a red dot, very nice. The bar closes, take the trade, and for some reason I just had it in my mind that this wasn't going anywhere because we've been moving up, so I just moved my profit target to 5 ticks. And of course it gave me 5 ticks and then just continued on down. So I was a little upset about that. Well, there were more trades I wanted to show, but I came up against the 10-minute YouTube time limit. So just come visit us, visit our trade room. We're a small group of people right now, and we'll see you there. Thank you.